Welcome to Miss Pam Reads. Today we are reading PJ Masks Meet PJ Robot. PJ Masks Meet PJ Robot, based on the episode PJ Robot. PJ Masks are outside Romeo's lab. They can hear Romeo working on something. What's he doing this time? Gecko asks Owlette and Catboy. Romeo comes out holding a device with buttons and an antenna. My best invention ever, Romeo says, thinking he's alone. The next day, Greg, Anya, and Connor are looking at some things they found near Romeo's lab. A screw, a bolt. I don't even know what this bit is, Greg says, holding up a piece of metal. Amaya reminds them that Romeo called it his best invention ever, which means his horriblest invention ever, Connor replies. Whatever it is, we'll track it down and put it out of action, adds Greg. This is a job for PJ Masks. Connor becomes Catboy. Amaya becomes Owlette. Greg becomes Gecko. PJ Masks race out of HQ and head to Romeo's lab. That is where they see a cute, round little robot. The robot hovers above the ground and circles the PJ Masks before stopping in front of them. It makes beeps and buzzing sounds and seems to say hello. Hello? Gecko says cautiously. He isn't sure if the robot is friendly. Then the robot nuzzles Gecko, cuddles up to Owlette, and gives Catboy a hug. Catboy giggles. The robot is so sweet, but Gecko is confused. Romeo made this? He asks the PJ Masks. Why would Romeo invent a robot that's nice? Owlette asks. Something's not right. Then Catboy hears someone talking. He uses his super cat ears to overhear better. It's Romeo talking about his plan. Wait till they totally love it and take it back to HQ, Romeo says. Then I'll use the robot controller to make it do what I say. Soon after, Romeo makes his other robots take the little robot away. But it was having fun with us, Gecko protests. Romeo says his other robots don't follow orders, so he set up this one with a robot controller. He pushes a button on the controller and the little robot salutes. When Romeo says, sit, the robot sits. When Romeo says, jump, the robot jumps. At last, a robot I can control, Romeo says. Suddenly, one of Romeo's other robots malfunctions and begins to chase Romeo. Romeo runs away, but drops the robot controller. Catboy turns it off, so Romeo can't use it to control the little robot anymore. How about hanging out with us? Catboy asks. And the little robot does a happy twirl. Back at HQ, the little robot helps out. He polishes the Gecko-mobile at record speed. Gecko is impressed. Wow, that's super lizard shiny. Then Catboy asks the little robot to beam a laser light on the floor, and Catboy chases after it to practice his super cat speed. Owlette shows the little robot the picture player. When he sees a picture of the PJ Masks saving the day, he claps and strikes a PJ Masks pose. He doesn't just want to help us, Catboy tells his friends. He wants to be one of us. Then the robot brings up a picture of Romeo building a new invention. It seems to be trying to warn them. Gecko tells Owlette and Catboy to look into it. "I'll look after PJ Robot," he says. Owlette and Catboy race out of HQ. They spot Romeo and his other robots in the park, building a giant version of the robot controller. "Wait till this super robot controller's juiced up," Romeo tells the robots. "I'll control the little robot again. I'll make it destroy their HQ just like I planned." When Owlette and Catboy get back to HQ, they find that Gecko has painted PJ Robot in PJ Masks colors. He's now red, green, and blue, just like Owlette, Gecko, and Catboy. "He loves being here," Gecko tells them. "He's been using the picture player, checking out the vehicles, exploring HQ." Owlette is worried. "Exploring HQ? I don't think that's a good idea. What if Romeo gets control of him again?" she asks. Catboy tells Gecko that Romeo is building a new giant controller. When that thing goes on, PJ Robot won't know what he wants. He'll just do what Romeo says and destroy HQ, Owlette warns. Owlette spots the original controller and has an idea. What if Romeo does get control of him? We could try and get him back with this. Catboy shrugs. "One controller against another is better than nothing," he says. They race out to the cat car with PJ Robot by Gecko's side. "It sure would be good to have PJ Robot on our team," Catboy says. "Do you really think Romeo can just take him over?" Gecko asks. Then they see the huge robot controller. "Gasping geckos, that's big!" The PJ Masks get out of the cat car and tell PJ Robot to stay inside. A light on the giant controller's antenna flashes, and it traps the PJ Masks in a force field. "It's not a controller, it's a force field thrower." "I knew you'd do anything to keep the little robot," Romeo tells the PJ Masks. "I built this pretend controller and waited for you to come." Romeo finds the original robot controller and pushes a button. It takes control of PJ Robot and pulls him out of the cat car and toward Romeo. Gecko shouts, "No, come back! You would have been the best PJ Robot ever! We could have saved the day!" PJ Robot glows pink and begins to fight back. PJ Robot breaks free and races over to Romeo's lab, which had been propping up the giant controller. He drives the lab out of the way, and the giant controller falls and breaks. The PJ Masks are freed from the force field, all thanks to PJ Robot. "Right on, PJ Robot," Gecko shouts. "So long, Romeo." Romeo orders his other robots to attack, but the largest robot sits down and crosses its arms. "I too do not wish to be controlled. Be nice to me," says the big robot. Romeo is mad. He is confused too. "Can I at least make my getaway?" he asks. "Only if you say please," the robot insists. And this time, Romeo followed the robot's orders. The PJ Masks are ready to celebrate. "To HQ, everyone," Owlette says. "PJ Robot, welcome to the team," Gecko says. PJ Robot smiles brightly and strikes his PJ Masks pose. This time, the PJ Masks and PJ Robot save the day together. Better yet, the PJ Masks have a new friend. PJ Masks all shout, "Hooray!" 'cause in the night, we saved the day. The end. Thank you for joining me for Miss Pam Reads. Remember to subscribe to the channel so you get an update when there's a new story posted. Bye.